Hello everyone, I'm back with the blurbs and beginnings of my books, and this is the turn for A Year in the Allotment, which is a beginner's guide to losing the plot. Here is the blurb on the book. What about having an allotment? So my husband asked me one day when I was innocently opening the wine and planning our weekend. The shock of the question made me blink, and of course I laughed away the idea. Too much effort, not enough time. Besides, we don't know anything about allotments. All well and good then, and I thought that was that. But strangely enough, the idea kept niggling away and resurfacing on various occasions. Then, a mere couple of months later, my objections were somehow swept aside by his enthusiasm. We found ourselves the proud and very nervous owners of an allotment, with not a clue what to do with it. This is the story of our first year as allotment beginners and how we survived it and even came to love it. That's the blurb for A Year in the Allotment, and this is the beginning. Introduction. I never actually wanted an allotment. I thought it would be far too much hard work, and my husband and I had enough to do as it was. After all, we'd only just gained our first garden in our late 40s, having lived since our late 20s in a garden-free flat. Still, we were learning fast. From having had a near panic attack at the concept of planting something, a primula, if you're asking, in our brand new garden, and actually Googling how to plant a primula, I was now getting more gung-ho after a good couple of years, and shoving plants in all sorts of places, and even moving them, heavens, without so much as a glance at my computer or beginner's guides. I thought that was more than enough. My husband, however, wanted more. We already had a vegetable patch at the side of our house, half of which he'd turned into a soft fruit area, where he grew raspberries, strawberries, blueberries, blackcurrants, and even pink blueberries. Yes, you can get them, and very nice they are too, similar to blueberries but sweeter. Eventually he raised the possibility of getting an allotment, and I was cautiously supportive. At one point, someone in one of our local churches made it known that he was keen on renting out half his garden for a peppercorn rent, so that a fellow churchgoer could make use of it in some way. My husband looked into that possibility, but I wasn't sure of the formality of it or whether it might be too difficult, especially in terms of the lack of water on site. So in the end, we decided against it. Life moved on. Then in April, I was surfing Facebook one afternoon and a message popped up on our village page about one of the plots in our local allotments being likely to come free later in the year. The message asked if anyone might be interested on a first-come, first-served basis. So I replied. Not because I was interested myself, but I knew my husband would be keen. As luck would have it, I was the first in line. That's the beginning of A Year in the Allotment, a beginner's guide to losing the plot. I hope you enjoyed that read. Take care. Bye.